Bitcoin permables probably will not be happy with this video, but it is the most common sense, simple data right in front of our face that at the very least sends us a warning to brace for impact. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Thank you so much for coming by. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. I'm going to make this a very simple, powerful video. This is just simple data. It's so simple. It's right in front of us. If you're a bull, if you're just this long-term crypto bull like I am, I'm in the same boat as you, where I just want to see this whole thing turn around. I want to see the state of global affairs turn around in a positive direction. I really do. But the data on the screen in terms of charts, in terms of global financial markets, it's just screaming at us in the face, and we should just pay attention very simply. And that's why this is going to be a very simple video with probably the most crucial information that we all need to pay attention to and prepare for. So let's dive into it. Please note, this is not financial advice. This is my view on the data and on the state of the world right now as it relates with the data, with the charts. So first off, this is the S&P 500 index. This is the S&P 500 index chart. Before we dive into that, I just want to note this. I just want to point this out, and this is from an article which is pulling data from Into the Block on Bitcoin on-chain metrics. Throughout the night of February 23rd, 2022, Russia launched a full-scale invasion into Ukraine territory. Tension between the two had been escalating since November 2021 when satellite imagery showed Russia increasing its military presence on the border with Ukraine. The invasion caused a ripple effect across world economic markets. You might be like, Dan, like this is weeks in the making right now. Everybody knows this news. Well, this is ongoing news. This is an ongoing, extremely sad event, but extremely bearish event as well when it comes to all financial markets. This is extremely bearish, and it's happening now. It's still happening, and it can get worse. Traditional financial markets, as well as crypto markets, were heavily affected by the uncertainty of possible futures escalations and consequences of the war. It's unknown territory, everyone. And I want to pair this up, this very simple, unknown data and world that we live in. I want to pair it up with the charts. And I just want to start here. We know that Bitcoin has a strong correlation to traditional markets. Here's the S&P 500 index. This is the weekly chart. You can see trading below this 50-week moving average, well below the 20-week moving average, and it's in a downtrend, right? It's in a very big downtrend, probably the biggest we've seen since the COVID drop-off. And then before that, and this is what I want to focus our attention on, is this October to December 2018 drop-off, right? Now, this move that happened back here into the 2018 swing low, it was a big downside move for the S&P 500 index and for traditional markets. But just look at this. Just very simply look at this. It triggered the bear market low for Bitcoin. It triggered this. This is December 2018, right? This is November 2018 to December 2018. Traditional markets and that huge dip triggered this move for Bitcoin. And this was in an environment, and this is why I'm doing this video. I would not be doing my YouTube channel justice if I didn't put out just at least a warning type of thing, just for us to be prepared, right? It's always on my mind. I am a long-term crypto bull. I think we're headed up in a long-term trend. But in the short term, I have just insane similar memories to this area on the Bitcoin charts. Just trading around $6,000 after a lot of pain entering the bear market, just trading sideways, and just so many people thinking that was the bottom for Bitcoin. So many people. And it went from 6,000 down to around $3,000 very, very quickly. And that was triggered by this S&P 500 index move to the downside. And we live in a world right now at this moment, and let's track to the upside too, and let's see if we get some good news, right? Maybe the war just ends very quickly. Just as easily as things can move to the downside, it can move to the upside. But technical data, technical analysis data paired with world events, if things get worse in some sense and some more negative news comes out, this could trigger to the downside both for traditional markets and very, very easily for Bitcoin. So there's the move in 2018. And then we have all these other indicators, everybody. We have a 20-week moving average cross getting ready to happen below the 50-week moving average. That's not bullish. And I want to say this. We've tracked all of this. The Fibonacci long term, the last bull market high to that bear market low of 2018, we tracked this entire story being told. We tracked the Fibonacci, the retrace from this all-time high to the 1618. We saw the bounce that we were really hoping for back through the 20-week moving average right there. That was great, and we wanted to see just continued higher highs and higher lows above that area. But that's something that also has happened. Bitcoin over the last months has fallen below that area and below the 50-week moving average. We just need to pay attention to that and be realistic, right? So that we can prepare for downside. And what downside looks like is a potential huge capitulation type of move. It could, I mean, I think it would very well be in the 20,000s. We have right around 20,000 is the 200-week moving average, which is where we got these capitulation events back in COVID swing low and that 2018 swing low. I'm going to get a lot of I'm going to get a lot of comments saying that I'm causing FUD and stuff like that. But that's ridiculous, everybody. We're always prepared for upside and downside. We can be optimistic and hopeful, right? That this turns around, and we can dig into bullish data as well. There's on-chain metrics that are bullish as well. But there's also on-chain metrics that aren't, right? So we just have to look at both sides. And right now, to me, when I look at these Bitcoin charts, we have to be so careful. There's technical indicators on these charts that are just giving so much room for downside. There's so many indicators giving room for downside on traditional markets, and we live in a world, and it's just the world we live in right now, right? Where, I mean, look at gas prices. Putting aside just the war, look at gas prices. Look at the out of control money printing that has been going on, right? There's kind of an environment where we have to be ready that something to the downside could very well happen. And it's the impact that we should brace for. And I just wanted to throw that out there in a video. I know this isn't going to be my most popular video ever. I really know that. But I'm just ready for it. And I'm hoping it doesn't happen. I'm ready for it. I know the areas on the charts that we need to look out for. And I'm just sitting back and watching. So let me know your thoughts. I'm just looking at this from a realistic, unemotional perspective. I am long-term bullish. Y'all know that. Hit the subscribe and like if you're not a subscriber. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.